Hey besties, welcome back. Grab some paint stir sticks and we're ready to go. Today's video is sponsored by HTVRONT. They sent me this amazing heat press. It's so sleek. I love this one. You just push the button after you plug it in. You push the temperature button and then there's a plus and a minus sign. You push it to the temperature that you need it to be based on the material that you're going to use. Then you push the little timer button and then you use the plus or minus button to set how long you need it to sit under the heat press. And then you see the little red button there. When it turns green, that means it's reached the desired temperature. And that's all there is to it. And now we're ready to go. For this DIY, I've got this beautiful picture that I designed in Canva and then I printed with my sublimation printer. And then I've got 8? I guess I started with 8 and then I'm going to add 2 more pieces of paint stir sticks. I know you guys have been wanting to see some DIYs with paint stir sticks. So I'm just going to cut off the curvy end on 2 of them after I've laid all of them next to each other. And I'm going to glue this to the back to hold them all together. It's just a really easy way instead of gluing in between every single one. And now I'm just going to cut another one the exact same size. And I use my miter shears to cut those. And you'll always find anything I mentioned that's a good tool that I love in my Amazon store if that's where I got it. So now I'm just going to put this face down, and I'm using sublimation paper too. So you got to put it on the coated side. You lay it on top of the wood, put a piece of parchment paper over it, and then I'm going by the specifications of the sublimation paper. It said to put, somewhere between 400 degrees and 40 seconds. And then I've got my little partner over here, Bella, sitting in her bed watching me and not eating her food, of course, but she likes to be there right next to me. Off camera, I removed the paper from the top. So I put a few more supports on the back with those extra pieces I cut off. And I've got this beautiful kind of mauve colored ribbon. It's almost like velvet on top. I cut 2 pieces and I'm going to put one across the bottom and one across above the bird. And that's just going to be kind of a nice little border. And I'll just put some hot glue underneath it and then around the back. And I'm going to do that same thing with the other piece that I cut. And you'll see that right there. Then I'm going to take my ballet slipper Waverly chalk paint and I'm going to water down my brush and I'm going to very lightly dry brush, barely even dry brush, over all of the wood pieces. I thought of doing this after the fact. That's why the ribbon was already there. But sometimes things evolve as you're being creative. It's like a pink wash. And then I've got these pics from Walmart and I just cut off little pieces and whatever I did to one side, I did to the other, it's almost like a mini swag. I just didn't tie them together. I just hot glued them. And then there's some pieces that have these little berries on them and I'm going to put those in the middle. Using my heat press to put that sublimated design on the wood is just such a beautiful way to decorate, plain stir sticks. I can't believe how easy it was to do. And I did put a piece of twine on the back with some masking tape like I always do to hold the hanger. And I think that does a really good job of that. But I still kind of felt like it needed something else. So I added a gorgeous pink flower and I believe that came from the Dollar Tree. And I just cut that off, put some glue on it and put it right in the center. And I think that just really finishes this one off. I love this one. Let me know what you think. Along with the heat press, HTVRONT sent me some gorgeous heat transfer vinyl paper. And so I'm going to use this pot holder from Dollar Tree. And then I also used a yellow one in addition to the orange and the white for this one. And I made a design. It says, I'm too hot to handle. Now, I didn't use the little picture of the pot holder there. I'm going to create some fire instead. And that's where the orange and the yellow came in. So I went ahead and I cut those on my Cricut and then I'm just going to weed them out like you would normally do with that kind of thing. And there's one of the pieces of fire and I won't do the rest on camera because it does take a little while, but it comes out so cute. Here's the design. Now you can see what it's going to look like. So because it's mirrored, which means it's in reverse, when you put it on there, it'll be right side up. So those are the 2 little pieces I made for the fire. I thought it would be kind of cool to do 2 different colors since fire isn't like just one color. And I'm going to get rid of that tag. And then I'm going to put the pot holder in the heat press for just a minute off camera just to warm it up. And then I'm going to lay the I'm too hot to handle design down. And then the first piece of fire, which is the orange one. I'm going to put the parchment paper on top. I'm going to push it into the machine. And then based on the settings for the heat transfer vinyl, I will set the heat and the time, and then I'll hit the green button and it'll go. And when it's done, the top will lift up, and then I can open that up. So what did I do? I touched it too soon and it's too hot to handle. No pun intended, or yeah, maybe pun intended. Anyway, I did take off that little fire piece. I left the plastic part on the first one because it's got to go back in, and I put the little flames on top, but I'm only going to get that corner in the heat press this time because the rest of it doesn't really need it anymore. So I just do that one part, same way I did it before, and now that it's done, I'm going to pull that open, and there you go. So now that it's finally cooled off, I can pull off that plastic kind of paper on it, and it leaves the design behind, and then I'll pull off the one over the little yellow flames, and I think this just came out adorable. I love it. And I love the turquoise pot holder. So cute. What a great gift idea. And this heat press made this so easy to do. Gotten into making bread, and so I always put a cloth over it when it's rising. So I got this really pretty dishcloth with the gingham pattern, and I found this design, and it says, "Give us this day our daily bread," with some little like leaves on it. And so I went ahead and I cut that out with my Cricut on HTVRONT's heat transfer vinyl. And now I'm just going to weed it. And it's a pretty complicated design, so it takes just a little bit. But the heat transfer paper is thicker than regular vinyl, so it does weed much easier in that regard. So I won't show you the whole thing. I just wanted you to see how it kind of works. So you just pull it right off. And then I'll just do the rest off camera. I'm going to have a discount code for you if you are interested in any of these items from HTVRONT. And there is the design, and you can see when I turn it the other way, it is just so cute. I love it. And I can't wait to put it on this dish towel. So I'm going to figure out where I want to put it. And I had already measured, so I knew what size I needed it to be. And I did get the dish towel warm first under the heat press before I put that on. And then I am going to put it in, and now it's done. I actually set the time and the heat, and I'm going to pull it out, and look how cute that is. Now I got to wait for it to cool this time, and then I will be able to pull off that plastic coating, and it will leave behind that design that you see. And it's just so cool. I mean, what a neat way to personalize dish towels or whatever you want. I just think there are so many possibilities with this, and using that heat press, it's almost like hands-free. You just push a couple buttons, it goes up, and then when it's done, it automatically comes down, and then you just pull it open. Super, super easy, and I love it. Let me know what you think. Oh, and tell me if you make bread. I'm just having so much fun with it. Created another sublimated design. It's mirrored. You always have to mirror things when you either use heat transfer vinyl or sublimation because it's in reverse. And it says "One Nation Under God." And then I got this huge amount of fabric at a thrift store for $2. It's almost looks like a drop cloth, but it's not. And then I'm going to use 2 of these larger paint stir sticks. I had already cut off the curvy ends on these for something else. So I'm just going to measure how wide I need them to be. And then I'm going to take my little miter box. I'm going to clamp down the stir stick because otherwise it's really hard to hold this still. And then I'm just going to take the saw, and I'd already drawn the line. I'm just going to saw that piece right where I need it. And I'll do that with both of them. And I'll use the first one to measure the second one. That way it'll be, very accurate. I'm going to sand down the edges where I cut. And then I'm going to cut out a piece of the fabric by ripping it. I'll start with a cut and then rip. And I measured how big it needed to be based on the design and the stir sticks. You could make this any size you want based on, your design and then the size of the wood that you're going to use. And I love that ripped frayed look. So that's why I chose to do that. It gives it a little bit more of a rustic feel. And there it is. And now I'm going to just go ahead and heat it up a little bit in the heat press. You should always do that with your material that's fabric first. And then I'll take it out and I will lay my design face down on it. And that's why it was mirrored, so it'll come out the right way when you sublimate it. Now, sublimation isn't like heat transfer vinyl. It actually gets into the fibers of the fabric or the wood or whatever it is. I'm going to lay down my parchment paper, go with the recommended settings for sublimation, and as soon as it's done, it will stop, and then the bottom, well, actually the top will lift up. You can pull it out. Of course, it's very hot. You have to be very careful. And then I just pulled that piece of paper off, and there it is. Look how beautiful that came out. So now I'm going to attach the stir sticks with some Beacon fabric tack glue. This isn't heavy, so I figured that would be sufficient enough. And then I'm going to take my ocean colored Waverly chalk paint, and I'm going to get the wood wet with my mister, and I'm going to kind of do a very light watery coat on both of the pieces of wood all around the edges, and that way I'll have just a really pretty, nice blue, kind of patriotic feel to this one. I'll dry that with my heat tool so it'll go faster. And then I'm just going to add a piece of twine and masking tape to the back to make a hanger like I always do. I'm going to take some white chalk paint and I'm just going to lightly paint in the stars with a art brush, and it turned out gorgeous. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to grab your discount code for HTVRONT down in my description box, and thanks to them for sponsoring this video, and thank you for watching. You are a blessing to me. I've got another video on the screen. If you want to hang around with me some more, go ahead and click on it, and if you do, I'll see you there. Bye.